Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am so glad you are here. Today's video is all about your inner child. Who is your inner child? What does your inner child want from you? And there are some a lot of deeper messages coming through here, so I will put a trigger warning on the parts that particularly might get a little bit too much for some of you guys for a general tarot reading. But also do remember that this is general, and please only take what applies to you and take what actually can help you in the future and help you heal, not that will make you more stressed or bring up some sort of thing that you thought that you didn't know existed until I told you. If you didn't know it happened until I told you, it probably didn't happen, okay? Because this is general, so we'll just keep it as that and keep it as chilled as we possibly can. But I know with spirit there is no chilling that, basically. It kind of just does what it wants to do. But yeah, there is some building works next door, and there was some kids screaming a little bit earlier. Yes, a little bit questionable, but yeah. So we'll keep them sound to as minimum as possible, and I'll try my best. But yeah, let's get straight into this reading, because you know I like to talk a lot. So here are the three piles that we have today. This will be pile number 1 with the piece lazuli. This will be pile number 2 with the rose quartz crystal, and this will be pile number 3 with the selenite wand. So I'll give you a few moments now to choose the pile that is right for you. Hi, pile number 1, those who chose this lapis lazuli crystal, this is your reading. Welcome. I'm excited. I was feeling very lucid whilst pulling these cards, so I feel like I'm going to be getting back into that kind of state. So if I kind of space out a little bit, then that would be why. But let's start with the tarot as always. Let's see what we have here. So first of all, we have the 9 of Cups in reverse. We have the Judgment card in reverse. We have the Justice card upright. We'll have the Queen of Cups in reverse. And we have the 10 of Cups upright. Right, let me see. Get into this energy, figure out who your inner child is. I feel as if your inner child is a lot of fun with this 10 of Cups here. But getting to this fun, because we're going from the 9 of Cups in reverse, and then we have like 3 other cards in the middle, and then we're getting to the 10 of Cups. So it's almost like to get to this happiness, to get to this ultimate emotional fulfillment, there is a lot of obstacles, there's a lot in the way. You have Judgment and the Queen of Cups in reverse. I feel like people don't really see you, or your inner child feels like people don't really see them for who they really are, with this misjudgment here. And then with Justice in the middle as well. It's like they're not really treated fairly by others due to this misjudgment. They have a lot of emotion. You have lots of cup cards here. And your inner child likes to treat other people fairly, so when they're not treated fairly, it feels as if like it's a lot for them. It's a lot for them to handle. I'm seeing for you guys, 10 of Cups always reminds me of family with these people below, and I'm seeing like for your inner child, family means a lot for them. Family is like everything. It's the simple things that bring them this ultimate fulfillment and happiness. It almost feels like a Cancer placement, or maybe you have a lot of 4th house placements. I'm actually hearing your inner child wants to tell you, don't be scared. And it's almost like, don't be scared to express yourself with this Queen of Cups in reverse. Express your emotional needs. Don't be afraid that what you want isn't deserving, or it will be like judged by others, or other people will think it's silly. You know, the Nine of Cups symbolizes your wishes, your manifestations, things that you want to happen, that you want to bring into fruition. Your desires are worth exploring. Your desires are worth coming into fruition. Okay, let's start pulling more cards. I feel like I want to stick with the tarot for now. I mean the Rider-Waite deck, sorry. Okay, what's some clarification? Whoopsie. We'll get that in a minute. So let's push these up a little bit. I need to be able to see the cards, so... Why is the Nine of Cups here in reverse? Right, that's too many. There's been a lot of cards coming out here. Alright, we'll take you. Nice Judgment here in reverse. Nice Justice card here. Why is the Ten of Cups here? Okay. I'll show you your cards in just a moment. I shall pick this up now. So your card that fell on the floor, it was the Fool card in reverse, which speaks to this hesitancy that I was feeling. Sorry, that's not really in focus, is it? This Fool card in reverse, that speaks to the hesitancy I was feeling coming from you guys. So you had the Page of Cups clarifying the Nine of Cups. Again, that's expressing emotion, expressing your creative ideas. You may want to your creative ideas might be very precious to you. It might be something that you want to monetize, something that brings you a lot of joy, but you're also very hesitant to express it due to this judgment from others. So you have the King of Cups clarifying the Judgment card. Yeah, the Three of Wands in reverse clarifying justice. Yeah, you're waiting for this justice. That's not funny, sorry. The Ace of Swords clarifying the Queen of Cups in reverse. And you have the King of Swords and the Page of Wands with the Ten of Cups. So this judgment may come from family members. You may want a career, or, well, this is speaking about your inner child, but obviously it relates to you now. But your inner child may have done, like, maybe they wrote, or they sung, or they did something very creative, and they just faced a lot of judgment, or they felt like they faced a lot of judgment from those around them, those who were meant to love them, those who were meant to support them, and who they kind of trusted to do this. And they also loved, and because of this, they took what they said to heart. They took what they said as gospel, basically. So yeah, this misjudgment causes a lot of emotional imbalance within you. It stops you from expressing your emotions to others. It stops you just expressing yourself to others, full stop. With the Ace of Swords here as well, clarifying the Queen of Cups. And the King of Swords, it's a very emotionless king. Not saying a king or air signs, it symbolizes the air signs. So it's more about thought, it's more about being logical, about yeah, not about feeling, or if they're going to feel, they're going to start rationalizing it, not just feeling it for feel's sake. But then the Page of Wands here, this is symbolizing your creativity, your passions and desires, you going after more of a creative pursuit, you're going after how you, based on what you feel. I'm really resonating with this part. I'm really hearing a song, so I don't know if some of you guys wrote songs when you were younger or wrote some music. And it's almost like I'm hearing a booing of a crowd. Not saying this actually happened to you, but it's kind of like representing that fear of like that people have of going on the stage and being naked. Or when you're creative, it's literally like bearing your soul. It doesn't matter what you're doing, creating music, writing, anything. Creative energy comes from your own soul, your own energy. So it's like a part of you when you create something. So for somebody to criticize that in such a harsh way, especially when you're a child, it really hurts you, it damages you. It feels like they're criticizing a part of you, not just what you've produced. Where's Justice here, please? Where's Justice here? Well, there's a lot of instability that happened in your life as a child. Well, your inner child feels as if there was a lot of instability in your life. It's almost like they're waiting for this balance to come in, because justice also symbolizes balance and keeping things in an equilibrium. Does that make sense? I don't know. But with the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups in reverse, there was a lot of emotional imbalance in your life. So maybe this could be from people around you. It didn't actually have to be you, but it affected you. And it was like when other people were off balance emotionally, they would also take it out on you. You would get the brunt of it with the Ace of Swords. The swords are very like cutthroat, very straight to the point. Like there's no tact there. So when those people felt hurt or they had their own things dealing with, they took it out on you. Can't shuffle today. I feel as though you guys are really always waiting for some sort of justice to come in here for you guys. It's almost like having the narrative of a movie, of a fairy tale, where the queen always... Right, sorry about that, guys. I had to, you know how my camera is. So basically, while I was doing something, I was still kind of challenging messages. I can't talk today. Okay, you guys might have some like speech, either have some sort of speech impairment due to you being... I'm even feeling that you guys got shushed a lot, like either you got told to be quiet a lot, or you just wasn't able to express yourself in some sort of way. You weren't able to just have the opportunity to talk for yourself, and form your own opinions on things. So yeah, I don't know if that has affected the way you talk now or your speech now. What was I gonna say? So I was channeling the song I'll put it on the screen. It's a bank song. Where I'm coming from, who knows? I don't know. It's like, don't know where to go, where I'm coming from. I was alone when I burned my home, and all of the pieces were torn and thrown. You know where I'm coming from. I think it's called You Know Where I'm Coming From by Banks. And I just feel like you guys feel like you are the reason for things happening in your life, like bad things happening. Like you feel like you cause other people pain. And also I feel as if... Oh, I had a message and now it's gone. Okay, I'm sorry. If that means it's... I had to keep telling myself that means it's not important. Right, let's keep going. Right. Clarify this. 9 of Cups in reverse, please. My nose is super itchy. 9 of Cups. Where's 9 of Cups? Page of Wands just came out again. So did the Full card, which is why I like having 2 decks. Oh my gosh. Right. There is a relationship coming through here, but I don't see how this is relating to your inner child, so I'm just gonna ignore it for now. Just because I feel like romance always comes through in these readings, and I'm just like, girl, give us a break. We ain't trying to talk about it. Come on now. You have a lot of passion inside of you, a lot of fire. I don't know whether you have fire in your chart, like a lot of fire placements, but you have the Page of Wands here again, you have the Emperor, you have the Lover's card, which isn't fire, but you can just see this fire on this branch here, which I'm always drawn to. This passion and drive on the Emperor, ruled by Aries. You can see the flame on the background on this side of the card compared to this side. And again, you have the Fool card with this sunset in the background. You're really like a light. You have a very light energy. It's very like the lower, no, like the middle solar plexus. What's the other one called? Solar plexus chakra. And the other one, which I cannot remember the name. And I always forget the name of it. Okay, but those 2 chakras after the root chakra, I feel like you are very strong for you. Well, they're very easy for you to access. They're very easy for you to enhance energy from those 2 chakras. I'm seeing a party come in here, so I don't know if you guys are big partiers with this Fool card. Maybe you even play up a lot in social gatherings so that you can actually get attention nowadays, because when you were younger it was like people didn't really pay attention to you, or you felt as if people didn't really have enough time to pay attention to you. You even have the 3 of Wands coming up on here at the top of the deck again. And this is action. This is the side of speaking of now's the time to take action towards your goals, towards your visions. And it also speaks about balancing it with water, with emotion, which symbolizes emotions. It's like, whilst remembering to keep this in balance, your emotions and your passions right now pursue from the arena of Mars, of the go energy, of the take action. Water is more receptive, it receives, it allows things to be happening to them, it's more mutable. Fire is, like, in my opinion, more cardinal. It goes after things. It initiates, that's the word I'm looking for. Fire initiates, water receives. And just look at these cards right now and how commanding each of these characters on these cards are. They're staring you right in the eyes. I'm actually needing to show you. Even these 2 look so similar. Looking inwards. People watching you. Because you are the leader. You are in control. You're who others need to follow. But there was a deeper message coming through here, eh? Alright, let's see what else about that inner child. What can you tell me about Pile 1's inner child, please? Inner child, please, Spirit. Who is the inner child? Who is Tom's child? Alright, let's take those. Pile 1's inner child, your inner child, is just trying to seek balance, trying to seek restitution. I don't know what that means, if I'm being honest with you, but that just came to my mind and I need to change it. Right, the lighting might also be changing throughout this video because I decided to film at the most awkward time of the day for some weird reason. So it's probably gonna go dark whilst we're filming this, but fun. Here, even on the Two of Wands swords, it's a competition between thought and action with the red and the blue here. It almost feels like it's too overwhelming. Like sometimes you may overthink too much before you take action, but as a child you were an initiator. You knew how to take action. Look at this, Five of Wands. You knew how to take action without having the added pressure of the universe, this volcano coming, this eruption happening. Without this added pressure, you knew how to take action. Magician as well. Just takes things into his own hands. He says, this is what I want, these are my dreams and aspirations, and this is how I'm going to go get it. I'm not going to wait for someone to give it to me. I'm going to give this to myself. And here again with the Six of Pentacles talking about balance. And he's got all of these different signs in the back of him, which is the moon, Mercury, different aspects of him, of who he is as a person, and they're all in line. You see, talking about this confusion coming in here with the Seven of Cups. Too many options, feeling like you don't know which one to choose. It's a very Libra trait to have with this Justice card here. Whilst Justice doesn't actually symbolize this, it represents the Libra, and this also has very Librarian traits as well as Pisces, Neptune. You're a big dreamer. There is a lot that you want out of this life. There is a lot as a child that you... I feel like, yeah, your imagination was just so big. You had, again, that creativity, that passion, that drive. And with the Knight of Cups here, expressing yourself. The Knight of Cups knows how to express his emotions. He knows how to woo, how to be flirtatious. And to do that, you have to be able to have a little bit of vulnerability in order to connect with another person, in order to make that bond. There has to be that little bit of vulnerability. Right, let's move on to your oracle cards now. Right, I'm going to start off with your spirit animal cards actually. So this is your inner spirit animal of your child. Your child's inner spirit animal. So we have Turtle Spirit, slow and steady wins the race. We have Deer Spirit, bring a gentle touch. And we have Skunk Spirit, know your worth. Yeah, definitely feel that one. The blue on the Deer Spirit, on the Turtle Spirit is again just giving me that creativity vibe, and also the throat chakra, which is represented by the color blue, expressing yourself, expressing your emotions. I feel like you have really kind eyes with this Deer Spirit here. Look at these eyes, they're very intense. You might be told you look very innocent, or you have a very youthful face. And a lot of people want to be friends with you as well. You seem very delicate. Like, you see how this skunk is just planted on top of this flower here? Like, a flower would break, but this hasn't broken because of the delicacy. Know how powerful you are. Know how worthy you are of achieving your own dreams. But slow and steady wins the race. I'm feeling now, I feel as if your inner child knows exactly the right moment to strike. Like, it has so many different characteristics to it that it is so balanced, and it knows the right time to take action and the right time to receive. What I was talking about with that water and fire combination there, that balance between them, that push and pull. I feel like maybe nowadays I just had deer in the headlights, so you may be more like startled by decisions, not know which way to take, because you feel like whenever you've taken decisions in your younger years, you've been like just criticized with it. It's like become like some sort of conflict or battle. You feel like it's like that flight, fight, freeze response that we get for stuff that you wouldn't even think of getting. So making a decision for you, it's like if I make the wrong decision, I might like be attacked. And even if it's not a conscious thought, it's like a subconscious idea that stops you from making a decision nowadays, despite it seeming easy, despite it looking like it would be an easy decision to make. Right, next one we have from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, and I'm going to be using these cards to represent, this is a trigger warning by the way, represent kind of like the deeper traumas or issues that has prevented you now from really connecting with that inner child. What now is stopping you from connecting with your inner child? So your first card is By the Book in reverse, which definitely resonates with what I was saying. And we have Round and Around in reverse too. So by the book, I'm feeling as if, again with the elephants, I'm just seeing family. Following the lead, following the leader, do you know what I mean? And it's a bit like, you're just not like the other elephants. You're more so seem like the black sheep of the family. The one who stands out, the one who goes against the grain, the one who just does something completely different. And that is your trait. That is who you are. That's who you're meant to be. So your family might be quite traditional. Maybe they're very religious, or maybe they just, it's very nuclear in style or in wannabe style. Like a lot of families, sometimes they have a lot of expectations, but sometimes themselves they don't follow those expectations, but they just enforce it on their children. So that may have been something that has prevented you from following this creative path. Maybe you felt like you needed to do something a bit more traditional, and it has really taken you a lot of strength to break out of this. Round and around, I'm hearing like cycles of kind of like generational trauma, abuse. I don't want to throw that word out there, but it did come to me. And I feel like with it being in reverse, it's, when it came to you, it was you breaking this. It was your role. It's your role on this, in this lifetime, to break these cycles that have been continuing throughout your ancestral history. And this pressure, this is a lot of pressure. As in, this pressure can debilitate you when it becomes too overwhelming. Yeah, so when I'm reading from the book, it says the fact that you are the common denominator in all of these repeat performances, is it your own responsibility? Basically, are you the reason for this? So that's kind of tying into what I was saying about you feeling like you are the reason for people's pain. You're the reason why bad things happen, maybe. It's like you're taking too much responsibility, I actually feel like, because it's not all on you. You're not God. You're not, yes, you are the creator of your own universe, but also you are a child and it's not your fault. Right, okay, let's look at your goddess. So what goddess? Power. So I've got a new oracle deck which I'm really excited about, and that's due to you guys because we hit 100 subscribers on this channel now. And so I got a new deck which is the Goddess Power deck, and we're going to look at what goddess symbolizes your inner child. What goddess does your inner child possess, basically? So we have the in-between. I don't know how to say these names because they wrote them really weirdly. I don't know if that's a H. Hecate? Okay, maybe this is God is Hecate, I don't know. But it says in between. The in between, sorry. The in between. Number 20. Do you know what? I feel like you guys are psychics. And I'm seeing a fox here. You might have a fox spirit. You have a very fierce spirit within you. So clear cognizance also. You're a very powerful mind. Very, very powerful mind. And I think you also dress really well. You have a good fashion sense and style. And again with the eyes, very beautiful eyes, very piercing, very like draw you in type eyes. And it's like you have this innocent spirit to you, but it's like you can do a lot of damage, like more damage than you can realize. Which isn't me saying, me retracting back on saying things aren't your fault. But it's like, know your worth. You hold a lot of power. And I'm telling you this because I know you guys wouldn't use it for a bad reason. But you guys are very, very angelic and ethereal. And I can just see like this little, I don't know, I'm just seeing so many different things in this part here between her chest, that beam of light. It's like the inner child just like, bam, here I am. Like I feel like that's your inner child. Like they're just very in your face in a good way. They take up room. They don't feel afraid to take up space. You're standing in the liminal spaces between what was and what will be, who you have been and who you are becoming. You may be always in a state of shifting, of change. You feel very mutable to me. So you may have allowed a lot of, obviously not part of your fault, but allowed a lot of opinions to be forced on you, a lot of other people's opinions to be forced on you as a child, because you kind of just like absorb a lot of energy, absorb a lot of other people's views, and it kind of that adds to the confusion of you picking what's right and wrong and the choices in your life. You're being tasked to carefully choose the direction of your thoughts, feelings and beliefs and actions. Now is not the time for hasty actions or stubbornness, but a fierce self-inventory. Blast the past for what it has provided and release all attachments to the story that was. You guys may reminisce about the past quite a lot. Yeah, it says, offers you a sacred alignment task, make a move. As you guys, you know how to initiate, you know how to take action towards what you want. Bring love to the part of you that is afraid, that has lost faith. Remember, you are not alone. Hecate will not abandon you in the dark, nor will you remain there for long. Consider as you move forward through life the sacred challenge of trusting the magic that makes this world and your part in it. And it literally says, sing with meaning. Yeah, I can just feel like some of you guys sing quite a lot. Okay, and one last thing is your advice from the universe. So we're using notes from the universe cards here, and we're going to see what advice it has for you today. What advice do you have for your piece, Lazuli, please? Flew out. Well, card from the universe today is, I go where you go. You are not alone. You are never alone. Look at the blue coming in here again, and the indigo, the purples. Very, very third eye, crown chakra, throat chakra area. I'm feeling a lot of pressure. That's why I'm like breathing. The word eyes is on here, and again it's drawing me to the idea of your eyes. You have something about your eyes. I don't know if people mention this a lot. You'll know if people will tell you like, oh, I love your eyes. Like even if you have brown, the brownest eyes, the most conventionally beautiful eyes, they do something. So you may have a water rising, Pisces rising, Cancer rising, Scorpio rising even. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I go where you go. It's just a message to say you're never alone on this journey. When you're going through these stages of uncertainty, when you're not quite sure where to go in the in-between, you are always supported in your decisions that you make by spirit, whether or not anyone around you is supporting that. Bright pile number 1 with the lapis lazuli. Thank you so much for being here on this reading today with me. Thank you for sharing your energy with me today, and I will see you in my next one. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe down below for my other videos, and yeah, I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Hi, pile number 2 with those who chose the rose quartz. This is your reading. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get started. So today for your part, I felt like I wanted to draw tarot from the vice versa tarot deck. So these are your cards today. You have the Queen of Wands. We have Justice, which is the same as pile 1 got actually. We have the Three of Cups. And we have the Nine of Wands. Your inner child at their core is a lot of fun with the Three of Cups here. I feel as if you are kind of, I feel like you enjoy being around others, but also you enjoy most being by yourself, because all the other cards are by themselves. And also in the Three of Cups, this woman is right at the front. Like she's at the party, but she's also at a distance, quite a distance away from the other two people. So I feel as if you guys spend a lot of time alone as a child. You might have been an only child. Your inner child is really hurt. It has a lot of wounds with the Nine of Wands here. But I'm hearing resilient. You may have a lot of earth placements. You seem very grounded. With these roots coming out in the Queen of Wands. You also seem very Sagittarian, and like you have a kind of blind faith in the universe, in things working out for you. You seem very optimistic about things. I say this because you have Justice and the Nine of Wands, and both have their eyes covered or partially covered for different reasons. Oh, I'm feeling birds are significant for you. I don't know if some of you guys did gymnastics or anything to do with your back, like bending over, back flips, something to do with you bending your back, or maybe you were just like that kid in school that always loved to do those back bends. That's really weird, but I'm just feeling a lot of tension in my back right now. The sound of water running may be quite soothing for you guys. And maybe I say you were only child because you might be like the first child. I feel like your mother or someone was pregnant whilst you were younger. I really feel that one actually. Someone was pregnant whilst you were younger. Something's gonna come through. Sorry, I'll wait till I just remembered something from your pile. You guys might have gone through a bit of money issues as a family. So going from extremes of having a lot of wealth, having a lot of abundance, to extremes of having nothing, or living with others, struggling for money or struggling to afford things that you, because we're going from these two cards where you can see the green and how much is here, all this abundance, and then in between each card we've got these very cobbly, dried backgrounds and grounds and environments. So it's just, to me, it's going through these two extremes. Or you lived with two different parents and one was financially stable or had a nice environment to live in, and one was a bit more challenging. One you suffered a bit more wounds from. Because I'm almost seeing like a day to night type thing, like staying over at someone's house. Yeah, again, I'm seeing birds, so I don't know if you guys like would fly off the bed as a child, or like pretend to be a bird, or pretend you had some sort of wings so you could fly away. I'm hearing, look at this figure in the background here, almost has wings too, right? And the bird's in the Three of Cups. Right, let's continue pulling some cards. I think I'm going to stick with this for now, actually. These cards, this deck. Right, some clarifiers for rose quartz, please. Those who chose rose quartz. I love when I get messages coming through like that, because I didn't get that for panel 1. And sometimes it just really depends on who I'm channeling. Why is the Queen of Pentacles? Oh my gosh. So you may have felt quite isolated from other people or your friends in general with the Five of Pentacles here, clarifying the Three of Cups, which talks about community, celebrations, being a part of something. And Five of Cups talks about poverty, being lonely, being isolated. Again, financial poverty, with it being Pentacles also. So this may have been a reason why you weren't able to connect with others, or you felt like you had distanced yourself with others. You know, as children, we value these material things over who the individual is inside. Again, with the Ace of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands, I'm seeing you being a very grounded person, very grounded individual. This may be something that is a part of this extreme of having money and not having money, this instability financially that has caused you to really place a value on monetary things. Like stability in that way, in financial stability, is very important for you. Again, look at this deserted land on the Three of Wands. But the Three of Wands, it's waiting for something to come in. It's expecting it to. I'm getting a vision of a child at Christmas, and a child who's used to having a lot of gifts at Christmas. And I can resonate with this too. But then as the Christmases go on, they get fewer and fewer gifts, and it's kind of like, oh, okay, it's like an expectation of, I thought there was going to be all this greenery here. I thought I was going to get all this stuff. Not saying you're ungrateful or anything, but oh, I've actually I have to like rebuild this by myself. I'm saying so many different analogies right now. Another scenario I am seeing is, trigger warning please, a parent or parents passing away. So you being supported at one point in your life, and then no longer having the same support at another point, feeling as if you were alone, feeling as if you had to rebuild things alone by yourself. What can you tell about this Nine of Wands? It would really help if things didn't fall on the floor. For some of you who that parent situation resonated with you, losing a parent or a carer, I'm seeing them, they had a very successful marriage or communion. Is that a word for marriage? I don't know. A very successful relationship. There was a lot of stability here with the Four of Wands. A lot, like there's two people together celebrating each other, and the Hierophant here represents a commitment, and more of like a traditional commitment, so like a marriage or something. And with this, clarifying the Nine of Wands, it's like this is almost where your hurt came from, your traumas came from, because then we're going to the Hangman and the Five of Cups, loss, losing things, grief and sadness, and the the Hangman here. And it's almost like the Hangman, and this represents a lesson, a spiritual growth, because Hangman is a spiritual card. A change in perspective also. It was a shift and a change of how the world was, how you saw the world initially, and then how you felt you needed to come to see the world now with the Five of Pentacles. Like a lot of these cards are symbolizing extremes. So for you, it's almost like you're always trying to get this balance back, trying to set the scales right, set things right. Let's just, okay. Again, look, with the cloudedness, not being able to see, I can't remember what I was saying about it, but you have the Knight of Swords, and in this one, the background is super blurry. There's no clarity here. You can't really see. He's navigating in the dark. So it's almost like if you did lose someone, a carer, or someone who was like of authority to you, this could be like a grandparent, I don't know, anyone. It's like now you don't have that extra person to rely on, that extra person who you can collaborate with, you know, who you can bounce off of. And now you're navigating in the dark almost. You're navigating just alone and by yourself. Right, let's see what we have for your oracle cards. So I'm going to start off with your spirit animal card, which is your child's inner spirit animal. So your inner child spirit animal is a peacock spirit. Let it shine. Again, I'm getting very only child vibes here. Like you are allowed to take up room because it's just you. Like you're allowed to be the center of attention and received acknowledgement. It's okay for you to do this. And this is who your inner child is at its core. Look at it, literally the core beaming out. It's the light. You are your own compass. You don't need anyone to help you navigate because you are able to navigate yourself. Right, this one is a little bit of another trigger warning. This is looking at the trauma or past hurt that is associated with why you are a little bit unable to connect with your inner child now. I actually wrote down whilst I was doing this, miracle baby. So that's why I was saying before, it was like either you are your parents' miracle baby, like you're the rainbow baby after they had a miscarriage or they thought, I don't know, all these other scenarios, or you had a sibling who was a miracle baby. So it's almost like you lost this limelight. They became the one who was allowed to, who was offered more space. You were pushed out of the space, this feeling of isolation and loneliness coming in, because a sibling who had something over you, like, you know, it was so rare that this sibling was born. They were giving certain privileges and you were kind of neglected in the process. So yeah, the card that actually represents it is new life. New life, I don't know why I'm thinking of death. It's always like that thing, like when something's born, something dies. Not to be morbid. But a child, someone coming into your life who maybe was a bit ill. Maybe your sibling was ill or you were ill, and because these wings on the new life, they look very frail. Let me try and focus this for you. The wings look very frail, like not fully formed. So I don't know if they had some sort of illness where you had to kind of feel like you had to take a step back, because you know, attention had to be on this person at the time when you were younger. I feel like that really made you feel like that isolated, and like you couldn't be yourself, that you couldn't, there was no room to express yourself anymore. And it's almost like you guys had to be the strength of the family. That very, again, responsibility was really on you. That kind of Capricorn trauma where too much responsibility is placed on you at such a young age. Like the Peacock spirit, his light seems very, very bright. It comes straight from the soul. It comes straight from his heart. And it's like almost, I'm envisioning it guiding the way for your family, being the strength for your family. And then the new life spirit, light coming out of the new life picture, it's very weak, like it's very subtle, you know. I'm not saying your sibling has a weak light, but I'm just saying, like, it wasn't your one had to be stronger to support everyone else, which you weren't meant to do at such a young age. I'm sorry about the lighting has changed because I decided to film at a stupid chime. Just kiki things. Anyway, considering so we have the Goddess. So I got a new tarot oracle deck thanks to you guys, because we hit 100 subscribers. Whoa, 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 whoa. And so this is the Goddess power deck, and we wanted to get a goddess that represented your inner child. Actually, 2 cards came out for you. Oh my god, that's so funny. So you have 2 cards in reverse. The first one says new beginnings. This goddess is Eastery. Just know I'm not going to be able to say these goddesses' names. Just know. And you have Goddess Iris, communication, which came in reverse also. So again, we're talking about a new beginning here happening for you guys. I'm seeing 3 being a very important number for you. So I don't know if that is something that's important for you, but yes, might be a lucky number or something. Oh my god, look at these tears on Iris. Rainbows. A rainbow baby. And this one, okay, imagine these are sisters, right? Sorry, my narratives, but imagine these are sisters, and this one is you. Look at how worn, like, her hair's grey. It's used, like, she is, there's no life to her, if that makes sense. And then there's the rainbow baby with the rainbow tears, and there is so much colour, there's so much vitality, and like, it's almost like it got sucked, oh gosh. It's almost like it got sucked out of you and into your sibling, or into this person who has taken up this new space. Also getting that your sibling may be kind of like psychic. They may, if you have one, sorry if that narrative is relating for you. I kind of switched narratives now, so for those who are resonating with the original narrative, I am very sorry. Even Iris, the other sibling, the other person, looks like an angel, looks like there was some sort of ending or don't know. Like Eastery, whatever this one is, there's flowers here. Flowers are very grounded. It's a part of earth. This is part of the other realms, you know. It's almost like this person is a spirit. So even if this baby died or passed away, this baby passed away, then I feel like as if you still connect with them, because they are a spirit now. They're like an angel for you and the family. Even if this is the parents or someone. Whatever it is, I feel like it was a permanent scar on who you are. Yeah. Right, so this says, in the reverse, you are facing a moment when communication between you and others may have become disconnected. Perhaps people are withholding information from you or are not being clear about their motives. So I'm actually envisioning you being in a hospital setting, and as a child, people don't want to tell us the harder things that are hard to hear. So death and illness and things that we feel as a child we can take, but our parents just want to protect us, or people want to protect us, and they won't reveal that information to us. So it's almost as if in our minds we cultivate it as being lied to. And it's like people were holding information from you. So either maybe your parent was pregnant and they didn't even tell you or something, and it came as in like a shock to you, like it just ruptured your whole entire reality. So this is all about speaking up for yourself. It says, if you've come from an environment, family or cultural history where you have not had a voice, this may feel like you're yelling, but this is all right. So your inner child at its core, like I said, it takes up room, it shines, you're allowed to express yourself, you're allowed to tell people how you feel, what hurt you, you're allowed to state your boundaries, you're allowed to say no. You're allowed to say no. Says, look to the potential hidden in promising connections and opportunities. Yeah, I feel like that's really relating to your optimistic spirit, which is part of your inner child, who your inner child is. Remaining optimistic about things in life, remaining optimistic about future connections. If you have experienced death or loss, I'm just saying words that mean the same thing, but my brain's like death, and I'm like, okay, maybe I should say loss. Anyway, if you have experienced things like this, then not saying every other relationship after this is going to result in the same thing. Not writing everyone off. Like we saw in the Three of Cups card, there's multiple people around you, but you're distancing yourself from them. Kind of like this loner energy. This may have been a friend also. But if this is something you do, your inner child is not like this. Your inner child likes to socialize. It's optimistic about things. It's excited for new experiences to happen, for new beginnings. New beginnings excites your inner child. It's not scary. Life is for learning, and right now your alignment task is to be with what it is, which is perfect as it is. Look at the lessons in your life and how they are repeating. You will find when you come to understand them, you'll know why your current situation happened. Everything has a purpose for new life. Even disappointments can turn into miracles. Trust that the goddess of the dawn, Eastery, will bring light and hope in your heart for good cause. Even if it's different from what you expect, it's always beautiful. Sorry about me being out of focus. Right, so last but not least, we're going to look at a little advice message, even though it's kind of advice message. I didn't really mean to read the whole thing, but advice for those who chose rose quartz. Thanks for that inner child. Let's choose rose quartz, please. Okay. Okay. You got the same card as pile number 1. There might be some overlap with some of you guys. So you have I go where you go. This is another card stating you are never alone. Loneliness is coming through quite a lot for these. Yeah. I feel like neglect is something a lot of us face one way or another. Whenever you feel lonely, you're never alone. Spirit is always with you. And was that necessary? Probably not. And also we have start where you are. The great thing about feeling deep, profound, earth-shaking love is that you can start with anyone. New beginning is coming through again for you. 3 cards talking about newness, embracing the new, embracing the uncertainty of life and what it has to offer you, because you never know what's going to happen, good or bad. You should find comfort in knowing that everything will come to an end at some point in this life. But why would you want to experience life in such a limiting way? Because you already know the ending. You already know that nothing lasts, unfortunately. But why would you want to just float through life so aimlessly, so restricting yourself? Because there's so much opportunity. You never know what will happen. You never know the connections, what they can teach you. The people you could help, the people who can help you, make you laugh and smile. You just never know what's going to happen. So why not embrace the uncertainty? Because all you can be sure about is that you're not sure at all. Thank you so much for pile number 2 for watching this reading, and please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and comment down below, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Hi pile number 3, welcome to your reading. I am so glad that you are here. So those who chose Southern Light, this is for you. Yes, the lighting has changed because me being me decided to film at the most dumbest time of the day, and now it's dark outside. So unfortunately, pile number 3, you have this, but it's fine. So we're going to start off with tarot as always. Oh, yes. So your first card, the 7 of Swords, 7 of Wands upright, the Star card, Ace of Pentacles, and the Empress. Oh, I just realised there's going to be a glare now. That's kind of annoying. Alright, let's see what we have here. Pile number 3, your inner child is the most, I don't want to say scary. Scary to me because I don't want to say the wrong thing. And I'm feeling a lot, as I was putting cards, I just kept feeling a lot of energy from you guys. A lot of hurt, like I feel in pain. I'm getting like sometimes maybe you were kind of like tormented as a child, as in like offered for something and then have it taken away from you. Or like this could even be like not as serious as that, or have something like, say you would get grounded and like have your possessions taken from you, so like your phone or something that you liked. I feel like there was a lot of uncertainty in your life and a lot of conflict. There was a need for you always to be like on guard, like that feeling of something taken from you, so you always needed to be on guard, like ready to fight. Maybe not physically fight, but that fight response, ready to argue or whatever. I'm getting this Empress is actually another person, like someone who really cared for you, someone who really nurtured and took care of you. I'm seeing an older woman, so like a grandma or an older parent, just maybe they're older in general, like they had kids when they were older. I feel like this person was quite quirky, like very different from the mainstream, like they just did their own thing, they went against the grain. It was like they didn't have a lot, but whatever they did have, they would give to you. So maybe this is why if someone took it away from you, it was like very hurtful to you, because it was given by someone who was very precious to you. I don't know if some of you guys, there's going to be a lot of trigger warnings in this video, so I feel like as if you do get triggered about certain topics, which I'll write in the description and stuff, maybe not watch this video, just because there's a lot coming through here relating to your inner child. I feel like some of you guys lived in like a care home, like a foster home or something with other children. And I'm seeing other children taking this from you. So this could even be a sibling who was kind of like, sometimes our siblings can be our abusers in our lives. Right, we're going to get some clarifiers now. I feel as if you were just surrounded by a lot of people. So either within a care home surrounded by a lot of other children, or foster home, or surrounded by a lot of siblings, a lot of, like your family had, your mum, whatever, had a lot of children. I've had the 7 of Wands. Swords, please, sorry. So much. Clarify 7 of Wands. Okay. Sorry, ignore my noises. I don't mean anything. Clarify the Star card, please. And the Ace of Pentacles. Clarify the Empress. Look at that. Okay. Had a lot of cards come through for you. Again, this, with the Sun coming out, with the Empress here, I feel like this person was someone who brought you a lot of joy. With the Sun card being in reverse, I feel like this joy was taken from you, either from them passing, or maybe they were sometimes very loving and then other times not. Like, you wouldn't quite know which one you're gonna get with them. Like the Four of Pentacles, someone holding on to what they have, holding on to their possessions. It's a card of stability, but you don't have a lot. You don't have a lot, so you're holding on to what the little that you do have, basically. And this was very burdenous for you with the 10 of Wands here. Just trying to figure out who this star is. There's a star here. There's like a main character. There's a main person in this story. If this was like a grandma or something, maybe they were your carer and you had to take care of them. You had to be their carer, sorry. But they were also your legal carer. I feel like you made a lot of wishes, a lot of, maybe I'm hearing promises to the universe. Maybe someone got ill, or there was something that happened and it was kind of like you tried to manifest something. Because these two cards both talk about manifestation. Bringing something into fruition here. You like tried to take control of something that happened within your life. I'm even seeing like you missing a phone call, you ignoring messages, you ignoring people, ignoring an opportunity or something. Because these two are clarifying the Ace of Pentacles. It's like someone offered you something else and you were like, I don't want to hear it. Maybe you were offered to go somewhere. Knight of Wands in reverse. Taking action, moving forwards. You didn't want to do this. Given options, something to choose from. Alright, let's see what else we have with the Seven of Swords, please. There's the Seven of Swords here, please. Whoever this Seven of Swords person is, someone who you couldn't trust, someone who would betray you. It caused you to be very on guard, very wary, and it really hurt you too. There was a lot of, it was like there was a lot of setbacks, and it was like, okay, I need to come back from this. I need to come back with this, come back from this. Things that disrupted your stability here with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, which also speaks of family to me. Maybe it was that if an ending happened, it wasn't something you saw coming, wasn't something you could prepare for. Like a thief in the night, right? I'm going to start putting your oracle cards. So first of all, we have your spirit animal cards. And these are your inner child spirit animal. So we have rabbit spirit. Now is a lucky time. And we have dove spirit in reverse. Be peace. Again, I'm seeing like some sort of protector, someone who took care of you, but it's like this rabbit has wings or something, even though I think it's leaves, but the leaves look super frail, like they're old and worn out, and the little rabbits are so young, like they can't fend for themselves, you know, and it's doing its absolute best to do this for them. I feel like this person was very positive, would speak very positive about life and things, and be very optimistic with now as a lucky time. And it's kind of like how you were as a child too. Like, I feel like you really looked up to this person and they offered you a lot of insight into life. And obviously, if you're resonating with this, when this ending happened, if it did happen or whatever it was, you kind of like brush this off. Like, I feel like either this person had some sort of catchphrase or something, but then it was almost like feeling betrayed by someone because they're no longer here. Like, everything they said was a lie because they're no longer here with you. Because when we're children, we do idolize people, we idolize things. I'm also saying this person might come to you in the form of a bird, of doves, or you see a certain sign or something and it reminds you of them. But I don't feel like be peace in reverse. I feel like it's just saying don't. Like, I don't know if you were a very like boisterous child, like you're very loud and arrogant, and like you just, I don't know, you just did your own thing, you run around crazy. Like, that's why I feel like this person was so eccentric. Like, they just allowed you to do whatever you wanted. You could be whoever you wanted. You could like I'm just imagining a child like running around the house doing crazy things, and someone walking in and be like, what the hell is going on here? But like the person who cared for you, they were just like, they were so chilled about it. Like, that was just them, and they told you to take up space. They have told you that it's like they supported you in this, in who you were. Right, so this one from the Wisdom of Oracle is symbolizing kind of like the reason why you now can't have difficulties connecting with your inner child. So your card is why. Asking why. Why bad things happen. And I feel like even now, I mean, I'm getting also that you asking why, like, it's like now you have no one to ask these questions to. Like, this person was very knowledgeable, they knew a lot of things, they really helped you out on certain things, and I'm just getting like this grandparent vibe that you can ask them anything and they would tell you, because children are so inquisitive. But you weren't able to know, you weren't able to have this consult anymore. There was no one to consult about your needs or your feelings, or all the privileges that you had as a child. And you not knowing why it happened, you not knowing these things, like, has stopped you now from expressing yourself. I feel like also now maybe you want to know why about everything. You might be a medical student or a scientist or someone who tries to figure out people or figure out the world and why things happen scientifically. But you might not be that religious, or in terms of religion, the idea of being a god, because it felt like this was unfair to you. Like, this ending was unfair to you. That's why you asked why. Like, why does it have to happen? Why do people have to leave? Why do people die? Why does XYZ happen? Right, this one is your, so I got a new deck thanks to you guys for 100 subscribers, and this is the Goddess Power deck, and this is representing your inner child. I actually wrote this down when I was writing this, and it says no. Okay, thank you. I wrote down the word no, please. So I feel like something you had to do against your will. There was something that you were forced to do against your will. And I'm really sorry if that brings up bad stuff for you guys. I'm trying to be as tactful as I can whilst trying to do these messages. Yeah, so your inner child, the goddess Isis, rebirth. Yes, 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 yes. With that death card there in the spread that we had, definitely feel that. Let's put you down there. I definitely feel like you have gone through a rebirth. This shifted things for you. Your life seems very scorpionic in nature, going through extremes, experiencing very dark, dark things. I actually feel like maybe you guys don't talk a lot now. You kind of keep your thoughts and feelings, emotions to yourself, like they're very, very precious to you. And I think you're still very like commanding of space, of energy, of people. Like, you're very you have very good leadership qualities, but it's very like a king of swords. Like, you're not emotive with it, It is just logical. And that's why I feel like I was saying you being very academic, you wanting to find out why, very scientifical. Is scientific even a word? Maybe I'm just doing stupid words right now. It's almost like you want to hold the power in your hand. Like, you don't give up your power to something you can't see or feel, like God or something like that, but you place power in things that you know are to be true, that are scientifically proven to be true, that are factual. But then I feel like you're the person who was in your life, who you cared for and cared for you, they were like the opposite of this. Like, they were very kind of spiritual and spoke about things you can't see, hear, or touch, you know. Again, I'm seeing a bird, so this person may show up as a bird. You even have wings coming out of the book here. So if you can't see this, that book there, you have wings coming out. I'm really seeing you guys being doctors or surgeons or something. Like, you hold life in your hands. Maybe even like a veterinarian. Or maybe you're like a carer who deals with, what's it called when the person's gonna die? I think it begins with P, but it's actually just crossed my mind. But you deal with death in some way. I feel like you guys have a handle on death. It doesn't scare you. Because with rebirth, that is literally about death and coming back, being reborn. Okay. So, I'm just going to look at this quick. Again, this optimism coming through here. It says, you are not wounded beyond healing. Opportunities are not necessarily lost forever. Your insistence on defining yourself by your losses and wounded stories are not serving you now. So yeah, it's like almost that pity thing. Like, maybe this carer person wouldn't allow you to pity yourself. And this is who you are. You recognize that endings occur and you're accepting of this. As a child, your inner child is accepting of endings. It has this awareness. Right. So, we are going to get some advice again, using the notes from the universe. So, advice from the universe, please, for pile number 3 with selenite 1. Advice from the universe, please. What do we have? We have change is always good. Change, rebirth. Is there anything else you could say? Actually, the only effective way of changing another person is by changing yourself. Works every time, guaranteed. Though I'm kind of partial to the way you are right now. Change is always a good thing. I can't remember if it was this pile who I was saying seems very grounded as a person. There's a need to just have a little bit more of fluidity within you, allowing things to shift in your life, allowing change to occur, not being so rigid, out of fear, out of feeling like you need to control everything. Especially with those 4 of Pentacles that came out there. Because you never know what can happen. I feel like I want to pull you one more, actually. One more, please. We have that you have options is meaningful. Rock on. So there are options in this life. options to think positively about things or be pessimistic about things. Like I feel as if maybe after this figure left, there was like a more authoritarian figure in your life, like too overbearing, too controlling. They limited this change that occurred here as in your youth, restricted you. But now you have options. That you've always had options on how you want to lead your life. It's just saying to embrace them. And you even have, you might not know now, but you will. Again, that's coming in with the fact that you always feeling like you need to know everything, know why things are occurring, understanding things as they're happening, but sometimes just allow the process to flow, allowing the change to occur, and then going back and understanding the rebirth that has happened. Because sometimes it's not until we see the whole picture that then we are able to actually embrace the change that has occurred and embrace the state that we're in now. Anyway, thank you so much. Pile number 3 with the Sunlight Wand. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought you something. I don't know what. I hope it brought it some comfort or something. I don't know. I'm stumbling over my words now because I feel awkward. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and comment below, and I'll see you in my next one. So thank you. Bye.